Hey everybody! So today I'm going to be doing an unboxing video for you. Last night at midnight actually I got back from Paris and I had a magical time with one of my really good friends. I'm going to give you a backstory to my purchase before telling you about what it is and all that. So about 10 years ago I was in the airport going to visit my aunt and uncle, and I saw someone with a Louis Vuitton luggage bag. It was a keep-all. I believe it was a 50 size. Looking back, I can't remember because I didn't know anything about the brand. That was the first time I remember thinking, I love that bag. And so I went home and I looked up the price and I was like, oh my goodness, I am never going to be able to get a bag like that. And that was about 10 years ago, and every so often I would, look at the price and think about how I really wanted it and try to think of ways to save for it. And I was young and didn't work. I was in high school, and so I couldn't save enough. There was never enough to save. Well, the last 2 years or so, I've been talking with my husband about making a purchase, and I've done a lot of research. I watch YouTube videos, I'm on Purse Forum, and I went back and forth between a Speedy and a Neverfull, and then kind of a Totally also because the Totally zip closed. And so I ended up landing on what I'm about to show you right now. So now fast forward to yesterday when I was in Paris. I knew, because it's been 10 years in the making pretty much, I knew going into it that I wanted it to be a magical day. I wanted to go in, I wanted to have as much time as I possibly could in the store and just have the whole day be just a fun day. So the morning, yesterday morning, my friend and I woke up and we went to Louis and we had macaroons, and we had breakfast there, and then we did some sightseeing. We went to Shakespeare & Company, which is this really awesome bookstore in Paris, and then I knew I wanted Louis Vuitton to be the final stop because I didn't really want to lug around a heavy bag. So we went to the store. We had to wait in line, which I was well aware of because I had done a lot of research, like I said, for 2 years on like what bag I wanted and like when they're open and like when the best time to go is and all that stuff. So it is a holiday weekend. There was a little bit of a line, and actually, funny thing, there's a guy in front of us in the line, and he was just really impatient. He ended up leaving the line and like not coming back, I guess. But we weren't even in line for 10 minutes. I mean, it's quite a long line in my opinion, but it wasn't like we had to wait for long. From my research, what happens is a lot of people come to visit Paris and they are tourists and they want to visit Louis Vuitton because it's sort of a signature brand to Paris and to France. So they end up going in, looking at everything, and going out in like 5 minutes. So anyway, that was just a little side note. There was a line. We went through the line. Like I said, it took like 10 minutes or less. And then I got inside and I was just so excited because I had like really prepared for this day and it was finally happening, and I wanted to take it all in. And so I knew that you can walk around freely throughout the store. I mean, yeah, they watch you like a hawk, but you can walk around to wherever you want other than like the employees only areas. So I went up the stairs and there's a little book area. I looked at some really, really cool books. I would love to purchase a book. That would be phenomenal. And then I kept on walking up the stairs, and there was women's jewelry. And there was watches and bracelets and necklaces. And I kept on walking, and I looked at that. And online, I've always looked at the bag I wanted to get. I never looked at jewelry. So it was really neat to see all the jewelry. And then I kept on going, and then there was like a little handbag area. And then another level up, there was women's clothing. And then back on the jewelry level, there was men's clothing, like around the corner. It's very strange how it's all set up. It's like circular and like multi-level with a bunch of different staircases. And I really think the setup was was interesting. So we went around. We also went into the men's section because I never look at men's stuff either. There was like trunks and like beautiful trunks. There was the area where you can get monogram, which I didn't do. There was a couple of like historical things like written on the walls and stuff, and like this really cool, I think it was art, I don't know if that's what you would call it. It's basically on the top floor, the room is a circle and it's cut in half by like a mirrored wall, and on the other half there's like this huge, covering the ceiling, huge piece of art, like a sculpture maybe, if you will. So there was that. So I was like, okay, I need to find an attendant. I've walked around, I've seen everything, I've taken in the moment. I was enjoying also looking at like what women were wearing and what handbags they were carrying, and the interaction between people and the interaction between the salespeople and the customers. And so I was just like, I sat down on a couch and I sort of like let it all sink in. And I'm really happy I had a friend with me because I have never made a purchase like this before, and so I was, you know, it wasn't the money, it was just the enormity that it's been 10 years. It's this like big thing. And so I just like, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is finally happening. I'm so excited. And so I sort of had to like sit down and breathe and calm down a second. And then we went back to that second level where the handbags were. That was sort of like you come from the jewelry sort of up a little bit, and then there's like a handbag area. Because the very bottom floor, while you could get an attendant to help you, there are so many tourists, I didn't feel comfortable being there with all the tourists around and stuff. So I felt better there because it was less crowded. And so I sat down in a chair because I had the nerves, and so I just didn't feel comfortable going up to an attendant. And so I was like, you know, I'm going to sit down. I know if I sit down, they're going to come and help me out, or someone's going to ask me, do you need any help, you know? So I sat down. I wasn't probably not even sitting for 5 minutes, and a woman came up to me and she said, excuse me, can I help you? Do you need help with something? And I told her, yes, I'd like to make a purchase. And she said, well, one moment, I'll get someone right over here with you. So I waited again, under 5 minutes, and a man came over, and I'm really, really upset that I didn't get his name. But I went up to him and I told him, you know, this is what I'm thinking about. There were 2 separate sizes in mind, and so he got out the bags from underneath their little display case, and he let me try on the 2 sizes. And I tried on the smaller one. I ended up liking better. I was really torn with my research. I wasn't sure what would look better on me. And both the salesperson, my friend, and myself, by looking in the mirror, we all agreed that the smaller one looked better on me. So I'm going to go ahead and show you, I actually ended up getting 2 things. I'm going to show you what I purchased. So this is the smaller thing that I purchased. And here it is. It's in the beautiful brown box. I can't believe I have it. I'm just so happy. It's been so long, this research, and I'm so proud that I've been able to do something like this for myself, and I've worked hard for it. So, as you know, it opens up like a drawer, and inside there's a dust bag right here with an item in it. So, oh, I didn't realize it was a larger dust bag, so it's like this. So I'm going to open it up on the side like so to reveal a petite pochette. So here it is. Little petite pochette. It's so adorable. I've been using a Coach wristlet for a little while now, and I thought that this was actually more similar to that size, and it is, of course, when comparing it to like a larger pochette or something. But it's actually bigger than I thought it would be because this base down here makes it wider. So I'm really going to be able to fit a lot in here. But it just smells so new and pretty, and I'm so excited about it. And best of all, there's the tag, made in France. I'm so happy. So, and it's so cute and little. And like I can carry it, you know, like a wristlet. Also, like I can detach this thing, and like reattach it over here. and just carry it like this, like a wristlet, if I wanted to. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. We'll see. And now on to my larger purchase. Also, he handed me the receipts outside of the boxes, so I think I might just leave them this way. And there's like a stamp inside. The mini pochette was €210. I'm not entirely sure. That's probably a little over $300. And then this item was €955. So my total came out to be €1,165. Oh, see, I wish I would have thought about it. I was just so excited and in the moment and so happy I didn't get his business card. I wish I would have gotten his business card. I'm actually almost tempted to call them up and ask if they can mail me one, but I'm not sure. That'd probably be weird. We'll see. I might do that. So here's my box. I wanted a larger box for this item, and you'll see why in a second. And I'm sure by what I've talked about already, some people may already know what it is. But here it is. I'm so excited. I'm going to take off the cording. I'm just, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that I finally have it. And I really wanted to make this video so that I could use the bag. Start using it. So here's the lid. And he gave me a large dust bag, and I'm actually really happy about it. So here's the dust bag. Large dust bag. The bag is not this big by any means. I mean, that's how big the bag is. There's all this extra room. I'm really happy because I really want to make sure that this bag is protected and covered whenever I'm not using it, which is I think why he gave me the bigger bag. So I'm going to open it up and show you all. I'm sure. Yep, there it is. I got a Speedy bandolier in the size 25. Like I said, I'm 5'2", and I didn't want to get one that was a 30. I tried the 30 on, and the 30 it looked big on me. And I knew also going into it that I would want to use this as like an evening bag occasionally. So I figured this is like a good size, like for a wedding or like an all-day event, sort of like a formal event. I can wear this, like put a water bottle and maybe like some teaks, fold it up, and they'll be able to fit in there. And then he showed me my cute, this little dust bag. It's just, I see pictures and I see videos, and it's just so adorable. The little lock and key is in there. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to put it yet. Probably on one of the zippers, but we'll see. I may end up putting it on like the end over here because it may just get in my way. So yeah, here's the front of it. As you can see now, it's all right side up. And then here's the stamp. Louis Vuitton Paris. Made in France. And I'm like beyond thrilled that I got one in Paris, made in France. I'm just so excited. And it's bigger than I thought it would be for being the smaller version. So here it is. I'm so excited. Now I'm going to actually put some stuff inside of it. And then I think in a couple of weeks, once I have figured out like how I want to use the bag more, I will tell you all about what can fit inside of it and maybe more of a review, but I'd like to, get to using it first. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Bye!